All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew, episode 1173 on this beautiful Tuesday evening. It is Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. No need to turn down your volume on your computer. I am loud tonight.
You're very
Got to keep it going. You know what I mean? Can't have two nights in a row where I'm out of focus and out of range and whatever that was yesterday. Ooh, man, don't know what happened. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We're here now, and so are you, and we're happy to have you on this Test Taking Techniques Tuesday. Tuesday is our awesome because how many of you don't know a thing? How many of you go to the test and you feel like you don't know a thing? How many of you have had that moment where everything blanks out and you need help, right? Right. Test taking techniques will help you.
Yes, they will.
It'll help you. Test taking technique Tuesdays are a way to start learning a strategy that can help you get that pass notice where you can, not always know what the answer is.
It's like perfect.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to turn the volume down on that. I don't know if they can hear it. Yeah, thank you. Hot mic, Brandy.
Parental duties.
Yeah. Anyways, my name is Andy. I am the guy that runs the back office over here at KonaButterflyz. This is Brandy. She has her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, and she still does dance moves from the 90s. But that isn't as important as all the pass notices she's got because she's more than qualified to teach you all the things you need to know so that way you too could get a pass notice. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight is how to get those questions right without knowing a thing. You ready, Vanilla Ice? All right. So I was watching a documentary or three, like I always do. I love sports documentaries. I love watching and hearing about athletes and how they train and all this stuff. And a lot of times, and I also like reading it too. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of times I listen to a lot of documentaries more than I watch actually while I'm doing work. And one of the things I was listening to is like this. I swear. One of the things I was listening to today, I don't know if you guys heard of like Nick Saban, from Alabama, one of the most winningest college coaches there is. He's won a few championships for the old Alabama School of Alabama, right?
He's in a lot of commercials now.
He's retired. He has time. Yeah, he's in a lot of commercials. I think there's a funny one about Airbnb.
Yeah.
And then he's like yeah, that one. And he's there and he's like being the guest or the host that won't ever go away, making fun of Airbnb. Yeah, he's the Airbnb, like they're trying to make fun of him.
Anti-Airbnb.
Right.
Yeah.
What was it again? Verbo?
Verbo.
Yeah. Interesting.
Never used it. So don't ask. But not endorsing it. Just a commercial.
Anything else you want to add?
I was disclaiming.
It's that T personality.
Gotta disclaim.
Okay. Anyways, got to try to get back on track now. Yeah, so he was talking about how a lot of times that the biggest thing that it comes to a lot of athletes, and I think it applies to a lot of students and a lot of you, you're sold on getting these licenses. You love what it does. You want to help people. You love that whole thing. You bought into a lot of the hype about them, which is great because these licenses definitely can help you advance yourself and into getting into the securities world where you can really help out your community and helping out your friends, family, and people you care about, and just being knowledgeable about this stuff and being able to help and do something with it. There's a lot of people that are losing jobs or changing jobs or moving around a lot, right? Whether they're forced or not, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of rollovers that have to go somewhere. There's a lot of 401ks that have to be rolled into something, or some of them don't even know that they can benefit out of it, and they take a lot of personal tax hits, and sometimes it takes a lot of things that they're going to be not so good for your clients or your family or your friends, and you can have a lot of impact and a ripple effect on people just based on you passing these exams and getting licensed. And getting back to Nick Saban, and he was like, a lot of his athletes they go, they want to play in that level. They want to be Division 1, which is, in his school that he was playing for, most of the players there went off to the NFL. And he was saying, like, but when it comes down to it, when it comes to like the practices and the work, he's like, I can tell you which ones were basically going to move on to the next level and which ones were not, just based on the questions and things they would ask, their habits outside of the locker room or practice. Are they the ones that are, getting in there without having to ask, be told to go do that extra work if they needed it? Going outside of whatever they're doing on the practices or outside of the things they were supposed to know, so that way they can get a better edge or know the playbook better or get that extra they needed, right? Why am I telling you this? Because a lot of times we'll get people that are members or they'll sign up or whatever, and that we do have a 21-day plan. We have a plan that gets you through all the content. We teach you how to like lock into these techniques like we're going to show you tonight and how to apply them to your exams. Brandy's available through those live sessions. She's got the small group tutoring, she's got the tutoring, she's got all kinds of stuff. I mean, literally, guys, we're working at this thing like 7 days a week, nonstop, all the time, all the time. That's pretty much all we talk about. That's what we do. And that's our life. And we're really happy about that. It's a blessed life because we get to help people achieve, just like I was saying, if you really think about it, we help people get a license so they can have ripple effects in their communities. And how many ripple effects are Brandy and I throwing into that pond? You know what I mean? How many rocks are we trying to scatter so we can have an effect on people's lives? That's how we look at it. That's why we're obsessed with this. That's why we do this for free Monday through Thursday. Whether there's, we used to have like 120 people on during the pandemic, and I think we even went almost 200. And now we're not so many on the live session part of it. We have a lot more people watching replays nowadays, but we're still here, right? We don't have those numbers like we used to, but that's okay. We're out there. We're still having an effect. There's people still reaching out, when they see us in person and whether we're at a convention or in an office, and they tell us like people we don't even know who have had gotten these licenses and all these things, and like you don't even know how much you've helped us. You don't know how much you've had an effect. You don't know how much, these things have really had an impact on us. And we don't, but it's awesome. It's great to hear that. It makes you feel great about waking up every morning. It makes you feel good about the fact that you're putting in work and there's no one cheering you on and there's no claps, right? But look, you guys, you have to do the same. And you're like, but I'm not teaching people how to. No, but when you get up every day, is there anyone in your room clapping for you? Is there anyone cheering for you on every time you crack that book open? Is there anybody that's really excited besides yourself? Or if you're not excited about it, you should get excited about it, about all the extra work you're putting in, all the note cards you wrote about, all the hours and hours and hours you put into this thing, or the sacrifices. Some of you have families, some of you have kids, and it's time that you could be with your kids and doing things, but you sacrifice that time, or you've made time to where you're not sacrificing that time, but you've moved to where you get less sleep or you have to get up hours earlier and you have to do adjustments, right? All these things, you don't necessarily always get the cheers and the jeers for all that extra work. And sometimes, guys, it gets downright sometimes lonely and depressing if you let it be that way. You feel like you're being left out. You feel like it's never ending. You feel like a lot of these things, right? And they're not always the most positive, most energetic thoughts that they go through it. But you have to keep putting that silver lining on it. You have to keep thinking about not all those sacrifices, but you have to think about the positivity you're going to have, the positive ripple effects you're going to have, the things and people and situations you are going to be able to help people and do for others that you don't even know yet. But it's going to take that extra practice. It's going to take that extra time off the videos or whenever. It's going to take that extra card, that you're going to have to write on. It's going to have to be that extra audio that you put in in the car. It might be missing out on a movie with the, whoever, or going out on a date and just locking in for a short time to get to that place to have an amazing effect on a long period of time. It's a great trade off, but don't lose sight of that. You can't lose sight of that. And that was one of the things that Nick Saban was saying, Coach Saban was saying, was like, it's that extra that most people aren't willing to do, or most athletes aren't willing to do, or most students in my case aren't willing to do, that really is the deciding factor. And then some of you might be like, well, I did do that and I didn't get the win. Do you know what though? There's a lot of fails that have to be done before you get to success. Always. There's always fails. For every successful person, they will tell you there was a huge trail of stepping stones of failure that got them there. They walked on stepping stones of failure to get to that area where it was a win, where it was a positive. And if it takes you, I'm not saying it's going to take you like, 15 different fails. I don't care how many fails it takes. It could be first attempt every time. It could be every time that you go and take a test, you could pass every single time. I believe that. We've had a lot of people do it. But there is some people that don't get that. But I'm going to ask you this. Aren't you tough enough? Aren't you strong enough? Aren't you willing to see what kind of blessings you have on the other side because you don't quit? Aren't you willing to see and be an example if you have kids and maybe your future kids, to show them and tell them that you're not always going to have the success you're going to have? Because sometimes you're just going to have to take the L, and that's okay, because you will not be denied. You know what I mean? What an example to people. What an example to your office. What an example to your family. What an example to your friends. What an example to your kids. So many times, if you're a parent, we say this to our kids all the time, and we go, well, what are you going to be when you grow up? Like some people, people ask that, right? And most parents will say, well, you could, kids will say, well, I want to be this or I want to be that. And what do most parents say? You can be anything you want. You can be anything you want, right? I know there's some hardcore old school parents that be like, nah, you ain't gonna be that. Right. But no, they're, for the most part, all of us are caring, loving parents who want the best for our kids, who want them to achieve anything they want to put their head, their brains, their heart, their soul, their passion behind. We want them to do that and become that or do that, right? Whatever it is, be passionate about it, be excited about it, live a life of where you decided what you want to do. You were a captain of your own boat, and that's what you ended up being, kid, and you were successful at whatever that is. That's what we all want our kids to be, right? Successful, happy. And I'm not talking success in terms of money all the time. I'm talking about the success of being free, whatever that means. Not being a burden, not being a burden of anyone, having choices. To me, success is the ability to have a choice. The more choices you have, the more successful. And that's what I want my kids to have, is choices. I don't ever want them to be what is it?
Pigeonhole.
Pigeonholed into a position in life where they can't feel like they feel like they're trapped and they can't get out. And I know there's some people on here right now who feel that. But it's going to have to take the extra work, that extra edge, that extra moment, that extra card, that extra audio. It's going to take that extra fail. It's going to take another fail. It's going to take another fail. It's going to take another fail. It could take enough. It could take 100 more fails. Are you willing and strong enough to say, I don't care how many times I fail at anything, I'm still going to push through? I'm just going to keep learning and learning and learning and getting better and better and better. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to get up and I'm going to get up and I'm going to push back. I'm going to fight back. I don't care how many times they tell me I can't. I'm going to say I can. Are you tough enough for that? Are you strong enough for that? Are you willing to get up one more time and do that again and again and again and again? Because it might not be this test that has you hold back. You might be the most brilliant person and pass all these exams, and you might have the most success at doing this stuff, and you barely even need to hear us tonight. That might not be your, it might not be your cross to carry. but you will have a challenge. You will have a moment where you're not good at something. And I want you to remember me saying, are you tough enough? Are you strong enough to do that extra? Or are you going to quit? Are you going to fold? Are you going to not do that one thing just because something somewhere, something failed you? Something said you didn't pass. Something said you're not good enough. Are you going to turn around and make a U-turn and say, I'm just going to just forget that? I hope not. Because when you stick it out, when you're strong enough and when you can get through it, you can have an amazing ripple effect on other people. So many times Brandy and I want to quit. So many times Brandy and I are like, I don't know why we do this thing at night. I don't know why we get up in the morning and do it again and again and again, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Why do we do this? Why are we so crazy to do this for free all the time? Because the ripple effect, the positivity, the success of our students, and the ability for them to help out communities that we don't and people we don't even know. And when you do things outside the box like that and you just think about it, you know that you're just being, just a blessing and you're being blessed with it. And blessings aren't always monetary. Blessings aren't always immediate. Blessings aren't always a trophy. They're not all these things. You do them because you just know that God has given you a gift, and it'd just be a shame to like hold that back just because you don't see the blessing that it is. It's called faith. And I want you to have faith, and I want you to have grace in yourself, and I want you to put yourself into that spot. Because believe it or not, folks, sometimes I just don't have that. And I have to think about these things and I have to encourage myself in these ways. And I hope this helps you inspire to get yourself going on this thing that we do. And if you like what we're talking about, if you love what we're vibing about, if you love, what does the kid say? I don't know.
You already said it.
If you love what we're talking about and you need someone to help you and get you through this and have a community and help you get through the content and breathe that belief in you, because that's also what we do with this coaching that we do with also helping you get through these licenses with the content, with the techniques, all the stuff that you guys might show up for. We also give you that coaching, that love that you might be missing in your life that needs to get through to the other side. Because you know what? It's a tough journey. And sometimes it's nice to have someone to walk with you, right? Not walk for you, walk with you. To be like, you know what? You can do this, right? You can get through this. I hear you. All right, let's do it. Let's figure it out. We have all that available. Check out all the different options we have on there. Depending how much more we need help we coach you with is determines the price basically. So check out the options, scan the QR code, hit the links. We have books for sale, SIE 663-2665. We have that community that you can join in on. Contact us at 951-290-3077. Give me a call, give me a text, even email us at KonaButterflyz@gmail.com. All right, let's get into the lesson. What do you say, Brandy? Oh, reminder, Wednesday, tomorrow, we don't have day sessions, but we will be back on the Studying Brew tomorrow, same time, same bat time, same bat channel. And we're going to be doing 6 questions of content and technique. It's going to be awesome for free.
Mhm.
All right, let's do it. Technique Tuesday. All right, Technique Tuesday, getting into these questions, learning how to get an answer without even knowing a dang thing, because you know what? Sometimes our brains just don't function when we want them to. Right?
Mhm.
Sometimes we've had way too many Red Bulls in the parking lot, right, Brandy?
Sure.
Sometimes the answers aren't coming there,
I mean, that's true.
right?
Words don't work.
Anyway, anything you want to add to that?
No, you
Why
got it.
why did you come up with these techniques?
Cause, dude, why do you put me on the spot like this
No,
every
why?
single
Why?
time? Because the traditional ways weren't working. That's why.
Traditional ways weren't working. Traditional ways weren't getting you the answer, were they?
Oh,
How'd you pass your 65?
this,
How'd you pass your 7?
this,
How many times did you take either one?
just the once.
How many questions were on your Series 7?
250.
How long? How many hours is that?
3 hours.
With
I
a
did it in
mandatory
3.
lunch break? You did it in 2 hours. She didn't run out of time.
No,
Did you run out of time on your 65?
no. I did that in about an hour and a half.
Did you read a whole book for the 65?
No.
Did you read a whole book for the 7?
No.
This is how she did it, guys. Let's get to it. Rules of test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, You're not allowed to ask what exam did the questions come from. It's irrelevant, right? These techniques apply to any multiple choice exam. So just watch what she's doing, how she breaks them down. Look, they might not be 100% all the time accurate every single time, but you know what? It helps you get to that 50-50 shot. And if you can get it down to a 50-50 shot, you usually can pick the right answer and get a pass notice. That's what it is. How do we get good at anything? You practice. We want you to do what we call a 10-question flash quiz, 10 questions in 10 minutes. Just doing the drill of just doing these techniques. That's it. Right?
Uh-huh.
No overthinking, no double thinking, no talking yourself out of a right answer. Just going with it.
Yep.
All right, let's do it, Brandy.
All right. So I have never, always, always, normally. We have this thing that we say when it's must, only, never, always, that it's usually not true. So I think the answer is D. And it says, doesn't say that it's a not true question. So we go with the true.
There you go. That's simple.
All right. The next one is I got higher, I got rising, I got falling, I got rising. That one is different. That's the answer.
That's it. We haven't even seen the question yet. And it's an accept, of course. Guys, if this is what I would do on the exam, Brandy, would you do this on the exam where you would notice that pattern?
Mm-hmm.
You would pick C, or at least know that it was C, then look at the question and make sure that it was like an accept or something, right? You double check
Oh, I'm gonna read the whole question though on the exam.
and make sure,
Yes.
just like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna go technique first. I'm gonna play Tuesday night setting and brew first. Then I'm gonna do Monday night plain words, and then I'm gonna do back it up with a little bit of content.
And if you want to know how she does that, Fridays, live quizzes, members, catch it.
Catch. Okay. So within 5 business days, end of the business day, 180 or 30. So this is the lowest amount because it's the end of the day. 180 is the highest amount because it's 6 months. And then 30 is the third highest. Um, anyways, most things are 30 days. Oops. Most things are 30 days.
I was gonna say that anyway. 30 days. I know that from content, most things are 30,
Mhm.
and it works out with the number game.
Yeah. Yep. Number game wins almost every time. Uh guys, let's look at this one, right? Ready? Not a violation, not a violation, not violated, violated. Also, it's the only one with a number.
Two techniques in one. Let's look at that question. Make sure. Too much reading. Let's move on.
Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun.
mean, if you guys are on the real exam, don't do that. Read the question. Brandy already told you.
1000%. If you are practicing taking your exam, like you're doing your full quizzes 2 weeks before you're trying to make sure you're ready, don't do this either. Have this in your arsenal.
Do that,
Do
but
it
then make sure to read the question.
exactly. Don't not read
Make sure it makes sense.
Okay, so this one, bear with me, guys. So I was looking at this and it says plus 2 additional calendar days, plus 2 additional business days, 2 additional business days, 5 additional calendar days. Okay, so all three of those ending, well, I got the 2 business days, right? Those two, talk about 2 business days. And then I have the 2 calendar days. But then I also have settlement date and settlement date. Oh, this is why I don't want to do that. So I didn't want to do the additional. Now I'm going to ask you guys something. If we have a trade and we have a settlement and everything at the end is saying 2 additional or additional, maybe I should just say additional days.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to trade and have additional days? Or are you going to settle and have additional days? Does that make sense?
I
Like you,
feel like if I settled something, why would I need extra days?
No, that's not. No. So it takes a couple days to settle things, right? Like
Okay.
anything, right? Like you're gonna buy a car from
I was going
somebody.
with no content, but yeah.
No, no, like you buy a car from somebody, you're gonna have to. Okay, anyways, the answer is B because I circled two things in there. Never mind. I
Oh.
was trying to reason it out, but anyways, I circled two things in B. The answer is B.
It might make sense to somebody else on here, or they might really see what you're saying.
No, it's okay. It's late. So,
I just figured, like, am I wrong? Because I like a lawsuit settlement. It's done.
yeah, but do you get the money as soon as you walk away from court?
No, it takes a couple extra days for the
Thank you.
money to come in.
There you go.
Well, there you go. See, we worked it out.
There you go. So, there you go.
Court, not cars.
Okay. Yeah.
Court, not cars.
There you go. Court, not cars. All right. So that's a lot of words on the screen, right? And I was like, okay, come on, there has to be a shortcut to all of these words without having to read this. And then lo and behold, in the middle of the screen was a tiny little ant.
It's like a golden spotlight.
Yes. Now, if you're a member,
Golden word.
I told you, like, we do techniques first because I really don't want to read this, especially if you have a night like you know how like Andy had last night, dude. You're not focused on the words on the screen. Does that make sense?
Your brain is doing gymnastics.
Yeah. And so I literally scan these words, not reading them. I scan them for the and, I scanned them for a number, I scanned them for the must only never always. Like that's what I was looking for. And I saw this and I said, it has to be the answer.
Has to be.
Has to be. Because I didn't really want to read anything else.
You know what else is important? Let's say you're running out of time for whatever reason. Could be a lot of reasons why you're running out of time. This is a great way to catch up on time.
It is. It is.
Especially, look, how can I put this? If I had like 3 minutes on the clock
Mm-hmm.
and I had 10 questions left,
Mm-hmm.
which has happened to a lot of people, I'm doing this all the way to the end
Yeah.
because I'll be darned if I'm not going to get a good answer in, use at least the techniques to get a good, decent answer or a good guess at least on those last 10. Because if I leave them blank or I just willy nilly just put in a letter because I'm running out of time, I'm probably not going to pass doing it that way.
This is a more surefire way to blindly guess correctly with absolutely no basis than just closing your eyes and picking a number. I mean,
Or letter or choice.
yeah. In all seriousness, that's how much we believe in these techniques. That's how much I've used these techniques. This is why we focus on these techniques. Because there's a time, especially in the middle of your exam, the end of the year exam, you're not focused on those words.
And a lot of you guys totally mismanage your time, whatever reason.
And so it happens. So lean in on the techniques that we show you on Tuesdays.
Especially if you're in that situation.
Exactly. Gets you there. I promise. Oh, that was the last one.
Yeah. That's why I ended it with
It's
that.
it's very rare that I don't want to say very rare. It's rare that these are not the answers. Does that make sense?
There you go. And especially if you just briefly look at the question, make sure it's a not or an accept. Verify it, right? Verify it like it was a Facebook post, and then go on to the next, right? That's it.
That's it.
All right, everybody. I hope you got that. I hope you feel inspired. I hope you have that emotional charge that I was hoping to get you guys in that positive light, to get you in that positive energy, to go keep getting after this thing. Don't quit. Don't give up. Just get a better technique and strategy. We showed you a few tonight. If you're not joining with us yet, get on it. What are you waiting for? Get onto the techniques. Start learning a whole nother strategy to taking these exams and start stacking pass notices because that's what we're all about. We'll be back tomorrow night for the Studying Brew, same bat time, same bat channel. No member sessions tomorrow afternoon, but we'll see you in the evening. So until then, everybody, stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. And keep the positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great night.
Thank you all so much for being on. We so super appreciate you. Practice techniques in your quizzes so you get good at them. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great one.